2023.
From NBC News, this is Today.
Good evening and welcome to our special report on the latest developments in the oil market. In a recent article published by The Guardian, it has been revealed that oil prices are on track to hit $100 per barrel for the first time in September, marking a staggering 30% increase since June when prices were $75 per barrel. That's right, the surge in demand from China has played a major role in driving up oil prices. Refinery expansions and new government initiatives in China have created a higher need for oil. Additionally, recent geopolitical events such as the Russia-Ukrainian war and resulting sanctions on Russia by Western countries have led to production cuts by Russia and Saudi Arabia, further impacting global supply and contributing to the rise in oil prices. Absolutely, the price of Brent crude, which serves as a benchmark for oil prices, has also witnessed a significant increase. It rose from $72 to $94 per barrel, reaching its highest level in 10 months. The spike in prices has not gone unnoticed in the UK, where the RAC, an automotive services group, reported an increase in the price of unleaded fuel, rising from £1.43 to £1.52 per litre. The implications of these developments extend beyond the oil market alone. As we delve deeper into the economics behind oil prices in the UK, we will explore how consumers and suppliers are responding to these fluctuations in prices and supply. Though the oil shortages caused by suppliers affect the market on a global scale, primarily focusing on the UK will allow us to understand this issue more comprehensively as it is on a smaller scale. Yep, from statistics published by Statista, Brent crude prices saw an increase from $75.47 to $80.11 between June and July of 2023 alone, and prices continue to show signs of growth until the end of this year. The quantity of oil in oil reserves in the UK are maintained at 4.8 times the annual consumption. In 2022, the annual consumption was recorded at 1.32 million barrels of oil per day, or 481.8 million barrels of oil per year. This means that the UK maintained an oil reserve of at least 2.312 billion barrels of oil in 2022. By comparison, in 2023, the UK stored 5.9% less oil than 2022 as a result of lack of supply, meaning the country will maintain an oil reserve of 2.176 billion barrels of oil this year. But why does this quantity of oil decrease in the UK? Well, member countries of the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, or OPEC, have taken steps to boost oil prices. Saudi Arabia, for instance, announced a substantial cut of 1.3 million barrels per day from its regular oil exports until the end of 2023. Russia has also pledged to reduce its oil exports, pushing oil prices even closer to the $100 per barrel mark. OPEC has also stated that the oil market is facing a deficit of over 3 million barrels per day, potentially resulting in a significant supply shortfall, possibly leading to the most substantial oil shortage in a decade. British Petroleum, a leading oil provider in the UK, also announced last year that it would withdraw its 19.75% shareholding in Rosneft, a Russian oil refinery, and also other businesses in Russia, thus decreasing the amount of oil it imports into the UK. The decisions of these varying governments and corporations has thus led the supply curve for oil to shift left, indicating a decrease in oil supply from 2.02 billion barrels of oil to 2.176 billion barrels of oil. As a result, the equilibrium price for oil saw an increase from $75.47 a barrel to $80.11 a barrel, as mentioned above. Now that we've seen that the price of oil has seen a significant increase, how do consumers put up with this change? Well, oil has always played a large role in the lives of people in the UK. Things such as cooking, transportation, electricity production, and heating of buildings, especially with winter on the horizon, all require the input of oil to keep these processes running. But is it possible for people to cut these out of their lives? Certainly not. In fact, the price of elasticity of demand for oil from the graph is 0.62, where it is the change in quantity, 2.176 minus 2.312 billion barrels of oil, or 0.136 billion barrels of oil, over the change in price of 94 minus $72, or $22. Because the value of the price elasticity for demand is 0.62, is less than 1, it shows us that oil is a relatively inelastic product and is essential to consumers' day-to-day tasks. Aside from this, data has also showed us that the consumption of oil in the UK has even grown between 2022 to 2023 from 1.32 million barrels of oil a day in 2022 to 1.42 million barrels of oil a day in 2023, despite higher prices and less supply. As a result, consumers have actually responded to this decrease in supply and thus an increase in price by consuming more oil than previous years. Therefore, it is safe to assume that a further change in price in the near future will do minimal damage to the demand for oil. However, it is hard to say if consumers will continue this behavior 10 to 20 years from now with an increase in popularity for non-oil consuming substitutes. The UK's oil crisis carries economic significance and potential consequences. The nearly 6% decrease in quantity of oil has led the supply curve for oil in the UK to shift left, thus also increasing the market price to $80.11 per barrel. Furthermore, because oil is a fairly inelastic product with the PED being 0.62, it is certain that we cannot relieve our dependence on oil for a long time. Rising fuel prices impact sectors like transportation, manufacturing, and agriculture, straining businesses and households and potentially slowing the economy. Inflationary pressures and higher import costs may worsen the situation. Policymakers should focus on addressing the crisis's root cause while ensuring stability, implementing measures to diversify energy sources, promote renewable energy alternatives, and enhance energy security. Additionally, government support for affected industries and targeted relief measures for consumers could help mitigate the crisis's impact. That's it for tonight. Thank you for watching.